everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me.
Hey, what's up, peeps? It's your boy Marcel, aka Smokecalm. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm wearing the little Seiko. You're used to it now, right? I mean, I've been liking this watch more and more over the days. But anyways, in today's video, you're gonna see my trip to the Paris Blockchain Week that happened a little bit over a week and a half ago. And, well, yeah, it took me long enough to edit this video, but I've also been busy installing the blue boxes you see over there, which are Hive Mapper dash cams. So maybe we'll have some content on that soon. On a different note, I know I'm not wearing like the usual cap that I wear. I couldn't find it anywhere for some reason. Maybe my apartment's a little bit of a mess. Maybe I only cleaned up the living room in order to be able to record. Who knows? But in this video, you're gonna see 4 interviews of 4 different companies. The companies being MyDid, Galeon Care, YouHodler.com, and Summit Mining. I chose to interview these companies because I believe that they each have their strengths in their own way, and I believe that you guys can learn a little bit with me. It was a really fun event. Some parts of the audio of this video will seem a little bit weird. It's just that there was so much background noise that I tried to delete all of it. I did my best. So just bear with me. What's really important is the information that's given out. How about you say we get on with it? I made it to Paris Blockchain Week. I came on the electric skateboard because there's like crazy riots and everything going on in Paris.
That's a bit of a problem.
We're gonna walk around. I found a little spot right here where there's kind of not too much noise, but there's a lot of noise over there. We're gonna walk around, interview a couple projects, see what's new in the space, what's building, and just learn some stuff. I'm here at the Galeon stand. I'm here with Erwan. We're gonna talk a little bit about what they do, why what they do is so interesting, how he got into it, etc. Hey man, how you doing?
Well, fine, thank you, super well.
Can you tell me a little bit about what it is you do at Galeon?
Yeah, sure. So we are a Web2 based company in France. So we have 10 hospitals working with a solution right now. And we are working on an electronic health record, which is a software that hospital use to input information about their patients. So we are Web2 based right now, and we're structuring medical data for hospitals to use them in their statistic module.
Can I ask how you got into actually finding Galeon and starting to work for them?
Yeah, sure. So I'm actually in my last year for my thesis and my PhD.
Studying law, also a pharmacist. So you were already kind of in health. And from what you told me, Galeon started in Web 2.
Yes.
They've been alive for 7 years now.
They do.
And they're slowly transitioning to Web 3.
That's right.
Okay. So, from what Erwan told me earlier, all your health data can be stored on blockchain. So, let's say worst case scenario, you have a motorcycle accident, you're unconscious. When you get to a hospital that utilizes their solutions, they won't have to run a battery of tests to know if you're allergic to a specific medicine. They'll be able to look it up on the blockchain and see immediately and take you in charge way faster. Are there any other use cases that you can think about?
Oh yeah, sure. So we are actually gathering data from hospitals to train algorithms that are going to use the data that we're storing for hospitals. So how is it going to work? We're implementing our own private blockchain. So it's own brew. It's on own internal servers, and medical AI researchers are going to lend us their algorithms, and they're going to go into the blockchain and train their algorithm into every node, which is every hospital. And that way they can have a lot of data, because one of the main problems right now for AI researchers is that they don't have enough data, you know.
Okay. Yeah, because as well, they're on the Web 2 side, as you just said, they're collecting data, which can be built up into statistics in order to do better research, which is totally amazing. Well, Erwan, man, thanks for giving me the time.
Well, thank you very much.
And you guys should probably check out Galeon. I'll have links to all the projects I talk about anyways down in the description, and go follow them on Twitter. Okay, so I just interviewed the guys from Galeon. They're building some extremely interesting stuff around healthcare, Web 2 and Web 3. As you can see, I'm in Paris at the Musée du Louvre at the Paris Blockchain Week. Do I do the cringe stuff of the touching the pyramid? Yep. Let's go right there. We did it, boys. We did it. Anyways, now we're gonna move on to interviewing the people over at MyDid, the people that are actually doing identity verification on blockchain, and then we'll have an interview with, I believe, the chief business officer and his co-founder or someone in a high position over at Summit Mining that I believe does hosting services and ASICs reselling, but they might do more than that. So how about I bring you inside? But first, I mean, like, look at this. Like, come on. So I'm here at the MyDid stand. I'm here today with Fred, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they do. I believe they're centered around identity and credentials, a new way of storing your identity on blockchain, and specifically, and tell me if I'm wrong, but specifically not having to KYC with every single exchange. You'll get your MyDid identity, and then you'll be able to input that instead of doing the KYC every single time. Is that kind of correct?
Yeah, that's most of the times. You're most right. We are offering an identity wallet and solution for people that want to still cares about their privacy and personal data. So the centralized entity is now standardized by the W3C consortium. There are two new specifications about decentralized identifiers and verifiable credentials. So we are building an identity wallet that you will use like a crypto wallet, but it's more about your identity. So you locally store credentials about yourself. And like you said, it could be a credential that you can obtain through a KYC process. So it could be your age, your nationality, but on the more day-to-day use, it could be your company that can put a credential and say that you're a certified member, a certified employee of the company. And there is other credentials that you can store locally, like, for example, a recommendation for your coworker or your co-learners if you're in a school. At the end, you will have locally on your identity wallet lots of credentials that you can share with someone that requires them. So like you said, you can go through a KYC and then use your information on different verifiers.
Okay, so you just mentioned like a recommendation from a coworker. Could you also store, for instance, your diploma? Could you eventually send your curriculum vitae through MyDid so that it's actually verified?
Yeah, at the end you can have some kind of a profile that you can share diligently when you want, and you can mix that diploma with personal recommendation and verified attributes about yourself. Yeah, at the end, yeah, and it could be then graphically through badges. We are compliant with another standard called Open Badge, which was pushed originally by the Mozilla Foundation, and which is more about education and being able to prove hard skill and soft skills.
Okay, that's awesome. A lot of interesting stuff. We do have a couple questions from the community. First of all, how is your Paris Blockchain Week going?
Yeah, it was the second time that we are coming on this exhibition. It was a very prestigious site here because it's the Carousel du Louvre, but it's very underground. It's quite noisy. I guess it's probably difficult for you with the noise. And the on-site tickets is very high, so we only have professional here, and it's quite nice because we don't have to deal with lots of people. But this year it was very exciting to explain our services for professionals and not only about the end user advantages. That's what we did last year, and this year was more about the professional services.
Okay, so companies, institutions, as Fred said, there's a lot of companies. From the ticket price being extremely high, there's not a lot of necessarily end users. It's a lot of businesses that are here to showcase their products. There are solutions to other businesses. And I believe that the community from MyDid, they're called the SIL Army, right?
Yeah, sometimes they're quite aggressive, so they can call them the army, but we have a great crowd of supporters from the start that have the same values as us regarding privacy and freedom and personal data.
Okay, awesome. And so, since you said they were a little bit aggressive from time to time, I believe they want to know some information about a roadmap, something that would be coming out pretty soon. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's the kind of exclusivity for you because they were asking about that for many months, and we will make it available next month, and we will use feedbacks that even were presented today, because it's important to have feedbacks from the community of the users, but also from the market.
Okay, awesome. So that will happen soon. Tell me about the teams.
Yeah, because when you're building a startup, the first phase is a lot about research and development. So you have your requirements is more about technical profiles. That's what we got from start. And now we are bringing new blood to the team that have more knowledge about marketing and bringing market products to life. That's why we have a new CEO, and we'll announce a new product owner. So this is a new step, a new phase for our project.
Okay, so new people in the team, new CEO. I believe you rebranded, correct?
Yeah. Well, it's more than a rebrand. We have a new headquarters that is based now in Neuchâtel in Switzerland, and this was not an easy choice, but we will have to find a place where the regulation is quite positive for crypto projects, and near Europe, but not inside Europe. Europe brings lots of regulations that could be not so easy to comply, though it was a balanced choice.
Yeah, okay. I totally understand that. I think anybody in the crypto space totally understand that regulations and restrictions are coming. We got to find places and slowly adapt. Well, Fred, I want to thank you for talking with me today. I think this was really interesting. Obviously, we'll have all the links to MyDid in the description, probably a link tree. And I do have a couple baseball caps for you guys to win. And if you guys want to win one of the baseball caps, just comment "Decentralized Identity Rocks." So that was a really interesting interview. I actually learned about MyDid through an IRL friend. And as I said, if you want to win the MyDid baseball cap, just drop a comment and we'll select someone in the next video. Now, I don't have a transition for the Summit Mining interview, so this is the transition right now, because believe it or not, it is super cringe to hold a camera filming yourself like that in front of other people and talking to yourself. Anyways, here comes Summit. So now I'm meeting up with Florent, who is the Chief Business Officer at Summit, and Julien, who is the Chief Mining Officer also at Summit. We're going to ask them a couple questions. I believe they do hosting of hardware in a couple different locations, but they'll probably be able to tell you more about that than myself. Okay, so the first question I have is, what does Summit do? I understood there was a couple different branches, so you don't just do mining and hosting.
Yeah.
What are your other operations?
Yeah. So we have two main activities. One is the mining, as you said, and one is investment funds. We analyze a lot of projects, analyze tokenomics, and invest in very, very small market caps, very, I don't know the word.
Potential.
High potential, yeah.
Okay, so like smaller projects that you analyze and you say, these have higher potential, kind of like a venture capital in some way?
Yes.
Okay.
token and equity.
So token and equity. Okay, that's kind of cool.
For the mining, we have two main activities. One is you buy the machine. We sell to you the machine, the ASIC. The other solution is a community shared solution. Why do that? Because we have 13 sites of mining around the world. All the sites are in the North Hemisphere. So USA, Canada, Iceland, and Russia.
For reducing the risk of the broken hardware. Like for example, if you have a miner, only one miner at home which have a part broken, you lose completely the production of Bitcoin. With this system, it reduces the risk because everything is shared between all the machine in the part. For example, if I take a real example which happened, when there was the China ban, all clients still got a reward because we still had 5 other countries which was still running. So they still get like reward because the other hardware cover the part of the loss which we had in China during the relocation of the hardware to another country.
Okay, so you have your own farms and people can invest in those farms, and that way instead of investing in a specific like ASIC miner, if the hardware breaks or goes down or has to be like serviced, they'll keep mining, correct?
Yes, they invest in us it's kind of a pool, and they get a keys depending on the amount of money they invested in the service. So depending on the amount of keys you own to share the semi-mining keys, you get an amount of reward from the total amount.
Okay, but you do also sell units if people want to actually own the equipment, and you do provide hosting. I believe you have probably a better electricity rate than anybody else would have, like doing it on their own. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. Because Bitcoin is a scavenger, like a vaulter. We use only electricity, excedent of electricity. So flare gas, hydro mining, and geothermy. So the price is very, very low.
Okay, so you're using, as you said, excedent electricity that wasn't going to be used anyways.
So yeah, I would just give some information about the flare gas because most of the people don't know what it is. So basically, we go where in the oil well. For example, that you have an oil well in North Dakota or Texas, which is like in the middle of nowhere. There is this well which produces the oil, but there is always a part of gas which is going outside. You are in the middle of nowhere, so it's too expensive to connect this gas to the network, to the grid, and bring it to the other company or industries. So basically, you just burn it. Like the company are just burning it because they cannot do anything with it. So we use this energy, which is like completely lost, to mine Bitcoin. And the fun fact is that we reduce the pollution of the oil and gas company and business by reusing and get better consumption of the gas because we're putting it in an engine. So this is like, it's not mining, it's like Bitcoin helped the oil and gas industry to get better and greener. And yeah.
Okay, so, we don't get political on the channel, but I believe I saw something from Senator Cynthia Lummis the other day where she talked about this exact way of generating electricity for crypto mining, and that the way that it was actually utilized to mine Bitcoin was cleaner than not doing it. So you guys are actually like using green energy. It's actually doing good for the planet and for the blockchain, which is amazing. So if you want to mine with ASICs, you might want to go check out the guys over at Summit. I'll have all the links in the description. Obviously, you don't want to run an ASIC miner inside of your house. That's just going to be so noisy. I'd never do that, but I might get a couple posted with them. So guys, thanks for doing the interview. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. So yeah, if I do ever venture into ASIC mining, I think I'll go with Summit. But as you can see, we're still at Paris Blockchain Week. I did the effort of filming a transition over there this time, kind of. But now we have an interview with Ilya, the CEO of YouHodler.com. Now we're at the YouHodler stand. I'm here with their CEO, Ilya. And he's going to talk to you about what they offer on their platform. I believe that they're established in Switzerland. Is that correct? And so I can see right here that you're regulated in the EU and Swiss financial institutions, which is going to be great for you guys that are like me in Europe, because you know that there's restrictions coming. But anyways, what are the main services that you offer at YouHodler?
Yeah, cool. Hi guys. So we are fintech company, retail focused. So we're built for just normal, common people like you and I. So we have all major points integrated into the platform, all major fiat payment systems, and all major fiat currencies. We have wallets, we have conversion service, we have lending, we have trading. So, and long story short, we're building some kind of a Web3 banking. So we're not a bank yet, but we're hardly working to build this kind of solution. So,
Okay. How long have you been in the business?
yeah, we have started our development back in 2017, and the platform was launched in 2018. So yeah, we are here quite a long time, if we measure using this crypto like timeline, right?
Yeah.
So 1 year is just an ages nowadays. Yep.
So I saw on your website that you offer some services like trading without fees for the first 3 hours daily. I saw a couple other things. Could you talk to me about like the specific products that you have, some strength that you might have compared to some other competitors, etc.?
Yep. So first of all, we are building our product for just common people, for just the typical middle class in Europe, right? So, and we are very customer centric. Simplicity and usability is in focus. So you can easily open an account with us. You can easily pass KYC and all this boring, typically boring procedures with us. You can easily buy and sell crypto with us. You can easily use credit cards with us. You can easily transfer crypto. Again, we have all major cryptos on the platform. You can easily get a loan, crypto-backed loan with us if you don't want to sell your crypto, but you need cash. So, and speaking about trading solutions, we call it even casual trading. So it's easy to use. You can simply choose direction up or down. You can easily choose the risk level you'd like to take, and you can benefit from market volatility. So it's we're working with highly volatile assets, and it's a benefit, right? Because we can get a lot out of this volatility. We can get a lot of emotions. We can get fun, and of course we can get profits.
Okay. I think I also saw on the website something where people could put their funds in and that it would be kind of like a savings account, but for crypto.
Yeah, but actually, so it's not like a saving account. It's more like a crypto rewards for crypto balances. And we are building this in the form of some kind of a loyalty program. So the more activities you have on the platform, the more rewards you're getting. So if you generate some volumes, you can get some high revenues, high rewards. And on top of that, we recently implemented some gamified feature. We call it cloud mining, but in reality, it's some kind of a gamified approach to cloud mining. So you can get some sparks as a reward for your activities on the platform and use these sparks to unlock blocks to get real Bitcoins. So, and actually what we're trying to do, we're trying to apply some traditional features and traditional mechanics, not just from financial market, but from consumer market in general to the crypto finance. Like we all know how loyalty programs work with even retail chains. If you go to Carrefour or some other chain, you can get loyalty points, right? And then you can convert these points to something else. We're trying to implement these kind of features to bring more engagement, to bring more fun to usage of platform. So,
Okay, that's awesome. I saw you also had a wallet function. Does that, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
yeah, so as for wallet function, so again, we have all wallets for all coins and tokens, all major coins and tokens, and different networks. And on the other side, we have euro, dollar, pound, British pound, Swiss franc. So you can use bank wires, you can use cards, and we are actually actively working on the next level of our product development. So on the fiat side, we're working on dedicated IBANs for our users and cards for our users. It's on the go. And on the crypto side, we're also working on division of non-custodial wallets. So that's why I said in the beginning that we're working on the Web3 banking solution, where users can take full control over their crypto funds, but at the same time can get an access to all kind of traditional centralized services and payments.
Okay, that's awesome. I think we covered a lot of stuff in a short time. Ilya, thank you very much for speaking with me today. And guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll have all the links in the description. And so if you're here now, this means that you watched the entire video, and we do actually still have a couple stickers to give away. So if you want a chance to win one of these, just drop the secret word, which is yellow, in the comments, and we'll pick some people to send some stickers to. On that note, it was your boy Marcel, aka Smokecalm. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.